Good afternoon. So we're going to look at how to construct the written report. So let's start. We're going to start with a list of what is needed in the written report. So I'm going to list 8 things. So listen carefully. 1, you're going to specify exactly where each source was found. 2, you're going to specify exactly how each source was found. 3, you're going to outline step by step how the 3 sources were chosen. 4, you're going to summarize each source in relation to the particular content that it addresses. 5, you're going to list the group members and state their specific tasks regarding the construction of the written report. 6, based on number 4, you're going to answer the question, do the selected sources address the group theme and how? 7, what is the general message of the sources? And the last thing that you're going to do, the 8th thing, is to create a reference page or a citation of sources in which the sources that were used in the written report are cited. So those are the things you need in the written report. Now let's see how it would sound. Okay? So first one, we're going to look at the first one. Specify exactly where each source was found. So let's go. So you're gonna start by saying source 1, and then you're gonna actually write the title of the source in quotation marks. Source 1, why do adults use Instagram, was found on HuffingtonPost.com. Source 2, mean streets of social media glory, was found on biography.com. And then the third one was found on. So you get the gist of it. So the gist of it, let's go over the gist of it, is that you are literally, when you're answering number 1, which is specify exactly where each source was found, you first need to identify, tag the source, source 1. You then need to give the title of the source, put in quotation marks, the mean streets of New York was found on HuffingtonPost.com. So you have answered the question. You've specified exactly where each source was found. So you do that for your 3 sources, and you tag your sources, source 1, source 2, source 3, and name them so that we know. And then as you progress through the written report, you're going to make sure that you go in order, in that same order that you tagged it. So the next one, number 2, specify exactly how each source was found. So that how is very simple. All you have to say, if you found all of them on the internet or through searching the internet, you simply state all 3 sources were obtained through searching the internet. Now, if you got one from, say, a poetry anthology, it's a poem, then you say 2 sources were found through or obtained through searching the internet, and 1 source was found through reading an anthology. Something to that effect. So that's number 2. Number 3, outline step by step how the 3 sources were chosen. So in this one, you're gonna have to literally chart the process that you and your group members went through to come up with the 3 sources. Remember, you might be in a group with 4 or 5 people, and if that is like 15, 16 sources. So what process did you go through to decide on 3 out of the 12 or the 15? That is what this particular one is asking you when they say outline step by step how the 3 sources were chosen. So an example of that can be, where am I now? Right. To choose the sources, we listen to each other's summary of sources. That's one process. A source was chosen from each summary that was read. The final 5 were analyzed, and 3 of the most appropriate articles were chosen. So this is a process. What did you do? Answer that. Number 4, summarize each source in relation to the particular content that it addresses. So summary of sources, basically. So what you're going to do, you're going to go back to your tagging. Source 1, source 2, source 3. You already told us at the beginning what those are. meaning the title, so you don't have to tell us again. You just say, source 1 highlights the extent to which adults use social media. The second source charts the success of Am Duval, a blogger and actor, and the impact that his presence on Instagram had on his acting career. And finally, the third source did la da 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 da. I'm hoping that everyone is understanding. So that's, you're basically summarizing what's going on in the sources, and in summarizing that, you're trying to use only one sentence. I know it's a lot to think of, like you have one long article and you're gonna summarize it in one sentence, but you've got to try because we only have 300 words. Okay, so the next one, number 5, list the group members and state their specific tasks regarding the construction of the written report. This is very important. So you are going to literally, I have a kind of wrote up a thing to read for you guys. All right, so you start with this. You say Talia Ballard, it's a made up name, listed the group members and stated their specific tasks, while Kayla Claphans identified where each source was found. Dana Thowson summarized each source and stated whether each selected source addressed a theme. Titania Mike created a reference page, and Deandra Rovel specified exactly where each source was found. So that's all you're doing. You're listing the names of your group members and exactly what they did. So that's that. All right, the next one, number 6. Number 6 is based on number 4. Remember, number 4 says summarize each source. Number 6 asks you to ask a question. Do the selected sources address the group theme and how? All right, so do the sources address the group theme and how? Let's look at that. Source 1 highlights the extent to which. All right, this one I can't find it in here, so let me just ad lib. So where am I? The selected sources address the group theme because all the sources speak to the particular issue in differing ways. So that's something that you can just, that's a statement that you can give to just specify how exactly it relates. What's the general message of the sources? So based on what your sources are, you're gonna give a summary of your summary. So you listed your summary already, you're literally giving a summary of your summary here. What is the general message of the sources? Let me see if I have it in here. I don't have it in here. I thought I'd written it. My apologies, ladies. But the general message of the sources is that social media is a good platform to elevate oneself. That can be a message of the sources, depending on what your particular theme is and the sources that you picked. Okay? Now the last thing that you need to do is to create a reference page. Now you're using APA format. I already gave you guys the APA format. Anybody else out there that's listening, APA format, you can just Google APA format and it comes up and it gives you a list of how to reference online sources, a book, anything. So just use the APA source, and yeah, so this is exactly how you would write the written report. So please note that within your groups, you are to ensure that you work on this together. So during this corona time, we know that we can't literally physically meet. So there is Zoom, there is Skype, there are lots of things that you can do to get on and meet together. So I'm going to recommend that you do that to get this written report done. So ladies and anybody else watching, have a great rest of the day, and I hope that this was helpful. I know that it is helpful to my girls. So have a great day and good luck.